The same thing I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're giving away they popped. Somebody bought 3 boxes.
Oh god dang it! I
It was
told
the L2 judge that was gonna do it. He's gonna play.
I told him not to do that,
He
but
bought 3 boxes.
he put it directly on the overlay, so I'll have to go in here and edit that off at some
Well,
point.
that's cool.
Which I
Okay.
think ended up being either Snap or Misty.
Oh, so you cracked the boxes already today?
He cracked his own boxes.
Why? Oh, that's so sad.
Hopefully they come.
The hand deliveries, they come from Southern Hobby. Every 2 weeks they drive.
Sadly, I just don't have time for editing right now, so we're just doing it all live.
Well, that helps build a relationship, so my buyer, my guy
Okay.
comes up every so often.
Oh, and one thing, there was one thing I forgot to tell you that I remembered later.
Which I like.
Whenever, like, if you ever click on anything other than this box, it'll deactivate this.
Okay, I was wondering
So
because I
just-
kept trying to. Now,
Just
to be
click on
fair,
that box
for the
again.
the first like 3 games, I totally forgot to do it.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I told it. I'm like, oh wait, I was supposed to be doing something.
It is totally fine.
Hopefully, you know, I'm not a big fan of like the single person commentary because you
Yeah.
notice like I have a lot to say like for the first like 2 or 3 games. But,
I'm
like
really
after that, I
looking
just,
for a 4th guy for you guys. I mean, normally I would be here, but the whole getting
So
moved to second shift
I
at
guess
work
my
thing
question would
really
be, how
killed
am I
us.
sounding? Yeah, when going through,
I think you sound fine.
Okay.
Like,
well, no, not content, but just like, is it remotely entertaining or helpful? I don't know.
I think so.
Okay. No, I trust you.
That makes sense. Just like,
Let's
you know,
see.
here's 6 cards.
Yeah.
that are in
Also on the
play.
last live
We're
stream,
gonna ask you
I
about,
didn't realize, like, I didn't know
this
because it was the
thing
first
where
time
all
trying to
6
live stream
affect
Magic
the
on
board in
YouTube.
some way.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to set tags and stuff, and you do that through the encoder. But anyway,
That represented all the cards in this
the
deck.
last time we live streamed it was My Little Pony, so I was actually advertising that we were streaming My Little
This
Pony.
thing, its power toughness is equal to the number of
Okay.
This
TCG.
thing's power
So that
toughness
was
is-
interesting. That would explain a lot.
Yes, yes, it would.
This time I got it right though. So we got Shardless Bug,
Like, draw them out.
big Magic Events. Okay, so that's all right.
Oh, these things pick up
I'm
so
not
much
opposed to
dirt.
that. When it gets complicated,
That's why I don't use them anymore.
The non-matte sleeve, like the old non-matte sleeves.
Yeah, these are the old, just regular, and they
Yeah.
just pick up all the
Test
grime you
itself.
see.
They do.
You should be.
I
I spend so much time like fingernailing grime
Yeah.
off those sleeves when I use them. Like I don't use them anymore.
And there should be a.
Well, because you'd be able to look up like rulings and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, that seems.
It's
But
scary how
since
much
you
this
could
deck
use
is
your phone,
worth.
You could actually look up that specific scenario.
I mean,
you know, at some point, somebody would put that specific
This deck is
scenario
worth as
into,
much as
like,
most people's cars.
I mean,
Right.
that's- so whenever
Well, I mean,
I have questions or
that's
questions
more
about
money than
Google,
I've
I
ever
don't
spent
know,
on
I just
Magic
Google, like,
in my
this
life right
comes
there.
And you
up,
know how,
it comes
and
up
there's
with all the
there's
rules
Trump.
for the interactions. So
You know,
that-
we got almost all of those from buying a single collection for $1,200.
Playable, yeah.
We got we got. It was a guy I knew at work, and his car got.
Interactions with like
His car got impounded, and it was like costing an extra $200 a day when it was in there. So he went. I'd always told him, I'm like, hey, you know, if you ever want to sell off part of your collection, let me know. I'd be happy to buy it.
mobile lessons.
He brought in one. He had a complete 4 sets of all the duels except Savannah's, and he only had 2 Bayous. Complete set of all the other duels, so all the blue duels in like excellent condition. I mean, look at that. That's really good condition.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
little gunk
I mean,
on the edges, but
and-
like
yeah, I mean,
actual condition, it's fine.
Yeah, look at the condition on that. It's so good. So that was all. Had all those. Had a playset of Force of Wills. Had Time Twister, and then had another like 2
I
or
would
3
give that a
pages.
moderately played. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say heavily played. I'd say
No, yeah.
moderately played.
And I mean, it was an easy. I priced it out. It was an easy like 4 or 5
I was gonna
grand.
say, yeah.
So-
And but you know, he went. I'm like,
Practice
I'll offer you
testing, like,
1,200 for it because, you know,
It was kind of
because first he said like 1,500. I'm like, yeah, let's see if I get a deal.
Speaking of spending ludicrous amounts of money,
Power toughness
Yeah.
equal to the number of instance structures in all graveyards. And then you have a third creature that's power toughness equal to the number of cards in.
Okay, I
the-
knew I was
the
missing
most
a few
cards
pieces
in each
here.
player's hand, so whoever has the most is that, right? And so, player had 4 cards in hand, goes to cast 1, and it does 3 damage to all creatures. And the tricky part was that the creature whose power toughness is equal to the number of creatures that you control also had a 1/1 counter on it. So it's very easy to miss that creature has a +1/+1 counter
Right,
because it's
there's
like this
so
line
much
of text in the whole question.
Yeah.
And so, they're all 3/3s basically, because
Right.
when you cast a card, now you only have 3 cards in hand. And
Look all the +1/+1.
and the card they were casting does 3 damage to all creatures. So you're like, oh, they all die. And then you think about it more and you're like, no, they actually don't all die. Only one's going to die because, one's going to have 3 damage marked on it, but that instant sorcery is going to go into the graveyard.
Which is gonna make it bigger,
4/4.
yeah.
And then you look at the other one and you're like,
So
oh, there's
missing
only
a
3 creatures
Death Ray
on the battlefield.
Shaman.
It's going to die. Oh, but there's a counter.
Right.
And so,
Decay.
and of course they have
Yeah.
5 answers all with all the scenarios. So, like, right away you're like, they all die. No, wait, no, that's probably wrong. Yeah, that's the shit. They try to trick you as best they can.
Yeah.
What I always want to do is when we played a lot of Legacy,
I have, listen,
I wanted to get my Delvers altered
Probably.
so that the front it was for
I don't really
Transformers.
feel ready to be an
So
LT,
like the
I
front
just
would be
gotta
like this would be Optimus Prime,
Right.
and so
As
it'd
long
be
as
the
you pass
truck
the
on the
test,
front, and then when you flipped
you
him,
could
it would be
slap
Optimus
him
as a
in
robot
the
shooting.
legally required.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet, but then like all of the Legacy tournaments dried up, and I'm like, I can't really justify spending like $200 for altars for a deck I haven't played in over a year.
I mean, I hate standardized tests. I mean, absolutely. I think it's the worst way to judge knowledge-based. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
I just think it's
Okay, let me get this out here.
You just want to play a deck that crushes me? Is that it?
No, he's
Like
wanting
I
to
FIO'd him.
Yeah.
Now he's got
Well,
FIO'd me.
I'm sure that's a portion of the decision, but no, I think mostly is he's considering going to Shardless for
Yeah.
the tournament, and he wants to practice it. I would have preferred to, do like Modern today or something, but that's just me. But I didn't care enough to argue. Problem is, it's missing a few cards that I've taken out for other decks, so I'm missing a Deathrite Shaman and I think 2 Abrupt Decays.
It runs dig through time?
No. This is my old Bug Delver deck.
I think I have a
Oh.
Deathrite Shaman here if you need one.
You
Yeah.
brought
I brought
the whole
my
deck.
Bug, because I
And
just
he
grabbed
needs
the
the
box.
rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
he proxied up the rest of the stuff. That's why I see. I don't know if I don't think they play day. I don't think Shardless plays days. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
But yes, it used to play. Oh, the dig through time was amazing. I love the dig through time.
Yeah.
Is it even legal in
Do you have an
Legacy
extra
anymore?
mat? Did you bring an extra mat?
I did not. I didn't. I brought the deck. I just came directly from work.
No worries. I
Is
forgot.
the, did they ban dig through time in Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Because it was being played in like show and tell.
Oh yeah. Well, no, show and tell, and then Miracles was
Yeah.
doing it, so they banned it. It was really sweet in Delver. I liked it. Of course, I only got to play one tournament with Blue Red Delver with Treasure Cruise, and then they cruelly took it away from me.
Aw.
I know, it was horrible.
Works for me. I actually don't know how this matchup
43,
changed.
44, 45, 46, 47, 50, 51, 52, 59, one more. We'll just take the spill curse out. You can tell it's my legacy deck because it was perfect.
It only runs 2 hymns. That can't be right.
Yeah. Well, at the time, him wasn't as good. Remember, this is a 2-year-old deck.
So is he bringing the updated cards?
Yes.
Okay.
He said he proxied up the stuff for Shardless, but that way he didn't have to proxy the whole deck.
Yeah.
But you can see I had taken Deathrite for something, probably when I built a Tiny Leaders deck. And then Abrupt Decay is who went in another deck. Irony is, now I have many extra Death Rights from Eternal Masters. I love Death Right Shaman. It's in my top 5 cards of all time, I think.
At GP Louisville, I was XO going into the last round. I played Shardless Bug. He turned 1, Thought seizes me, takes my mom. He sees remaining 6 cards are 3 lands, Vile, what's the 2-drop chick that goes and gets Batterskull?
Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic, Thalia.
Yeah.
So he takes my mom, which I'm like, okay, he probably has an Abrupt Decay for the Vile. So I play Vile on 1. I drew a land for the turn. So now my hand is lands and 2 spells.
Yeah.
He hymns me and takes my 2 spells. I was livid.
Yeah.
Like, I can't win. There's no way I can win.
Him will do that to you. For the matchup, what I found when I played it was it really depended on how the Death and Taxes player built their deck. If they had main deck Mirror Crusader,
Yeah.
super bad news.
It's
Sideboard,
good, but-
when you have Toxic Deluge, it gets a lot better.
Yeah. I mean,
And
Lily shuts down Mirror Crusader if you can deal with the rest of the board.
Yeah, but they clutter it up so much, and they usually have a mom. It just,
You
you're
have to
very
get
dumb.
out ahead.
Yeah,
as
and
Death
no,
and
and
Taxes.
the key is an early Delver, and then protecting it. And it's nice is post board. I ditch all the counter magic. I bring in the Pithing Needle, Thoughtseize Dismember, Disfigure, and usually bring in 1 Misdirection just because, getting pathing,
Yeah.
something is really good, and then a Sylvan Library. Lively's pretty good against him, but Toxic Deluge, which didn't, I took out, it's in something else, was the key because, Mirror Crusader has protection from the entire deck. And sometimes you're lucky and you get a Force of Will or Daze the Mirror Crusader game 1, but most of the time they're smart enough if they have Mirror Crusader in hand just to wait for a Vile to get on 3. You just have to hope to be able to win with flyers like Click and Delver. And then finish off. The nice thing, Deathrite Shaman gives you a lot of reach.
Yeah.
And you're killing a lot of their creatures, so.
Insane.
Yep. I don't know where Evan
Showing
is.
up. Yeah.
He's the one who really wanted to do it this week. I would say the irony is last week, you guys were sick, but I hadn't checked my thing, and I don't know why. I just, brain cramped because I was so busy at work. Like, I got home, I was at home, kicked up on the couch eating dinner, and so then I checked my phone and look, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot we were doing this tonight. And then both of you guys had called in sick. I'm like, good.
Yeah, I was not feeling it.
Yeah.
And then, you doing the modern event this weekend?
Yeah.
There's
Oh, it's
also
just-
one in Davenport, but I'm judging that one.
Yeah. Which one are you talking about?
There's Saturday. It's a modern for Modern Masters 2017. It's the same thing Dan's doing.
Oh. Yeah, I'm doing the thing here with Dan, and then I think there's a one in Moline, a PBTQ.
I'm doing that as well.
Yeah.
Michelle's
Yeah, see, here he goes. Thanks. Don't forget to show up this week. So my response is, did you forget to show up?
Well, he saw I might be a few minutes late.
No, he'd still be here because he knew he had to put together his deck. I mean, I can just put together. We just play Bug Delver if he doesn't show up. I can play against you. If you'd like to get some practice, I'll have to make some weird card choices. But
I'm not playing Legacy of the team event.
me neither. I think I'm gonna end up playing Standard, although I don't know. Our first third canceled.
Chase?
Yeah.
Really?
Because he said he was going to judge it. So then he was going to talk to Chase was going to talk to Shuffleberg and see if Shuffleberg wanted to team with us, which would be cool. I like that. I don't know. I was thinking, what's the guy's name? Is he friends with you, David? The nice guy, glasses, helped us record a couple times.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. He
I don't
helps
know.
me out on
I don't know if he has a team or not.
some projects.
I mean, we put him on standard. I play modern. Yeah, not playing any of those pesky basics. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Death Ray lets you cheat on mana so efficiently.
Seems like really good.
Well, yeah. Anyone that starts with turn 1 wild. Pretty good. About to still, I like the regular bench law artwork more than the promo.
I just own the promo zone.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not enough better to justify going. New Phyrexia was actually the first pre-release I ever went to. I had just learned Magic like 2 months before from Terran Evan, and had never actually won a game. And I'd gone to 2 competitive tournaments with him, and just lost and lost and lost.
He just like jumped you straight into competitive.
Well, they spent like a month. Like I would go over on Sundays, and and when I finally beat him in a match, that's when he brought out Cawblade and just started destroying me because he couldn't let me win and brag. But they brought me to like a game day, and they'd give me Black Red Vampires, and that's actually a pretty tricky deck to pilot. I'm missing a few cards because I just grabbed my Bug Ducks, but I pulled them so 1 Death Ray Shaman and like 2 Abrupt Decay weren't in the deck. But I took out the Delvers, but they took me to a game day and they gave me Black Red Vampires, and the first person I played against was actually Dan. And he was real nice and I had fun, and he crushed me.
Yeah.
And then everyone else there was playing basically early versions of Cawblade because it just. So then I just get crushed, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright. Who's got the big dice?
This reset.
David or David?
Yeah, I'll bring him over in just a second. Sorry, I had some business to take care of.
I always remember, though, at his house, we're just playing, like, starter decks. And I beat him for the first time after losing, like, 10 times. He's like, okay, we'll play this. And he pulls out Cawblade. And the first time I played Jace the Mind Sculptor was the first time I saw a Planeswalker. And I didn't recognize what the card does, so I'm like, what does this card do? And Evan's answer was win the game.
Just gotta get the camera lined up right, and you guys should be good to go.
That's the correct answer.
So then I went to 2 tournaments and never won a game, and then they took me to New Phyrexia pre-release. And I almost didn't go.
Oh, I'll watch your phone there, but I
was
don't
promised
want to
breakfast.
accidentally knock it.
That's fine. I'm replacing it in a few weeks.
I just got a
Okay,
new
you
one.
have the deltas. Good. I wondered where because I thought I was using the old deltas in this deck, but so you have it. Okay, excellent.
That all looks good. All right, we're ready for you here, Matt.
How you doing? Okay, so just
Sorry,
up and
just
down.
Got a new.
So how do I start this if I get it off again?
Just click here.
Click in there and then.
Yeah, and if you read the window, it actually says that. Too,
Oh, okay.
That when you're focused on this window.
Why
it
would
does
I
that.
read it?
Oh, I know. I'm just. It just slipped my mind to
Yeah.
mention it last time, but yeah.
Oh no, that's
Just
perfectly good.
Click there, and those work.
And
again.
how are we streaming?
Yeah, you guys are
Okay.
actually live right now
So,
on the YouTube. So
How do we stop streaming it?
live chat's over here. Preview windows there. So outputs.
Yep.
Just click there.
Unclick
Where's
it?
chat? Yep,
Okay,
just
good.
unclick it. That is it.
And do you want us to restart your stuff when we're done? Or?
Oh, you shut it down, whatever.
Okay.
You can get on there and play some games. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. So I was on there because I was ordering a new Vive for the stream stuff.
Oh, new Mass Effect next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're excited.
Oh, I'm so
I have them
excited!
all. Well, see, the only problem with
I got the
that
tattoo in
is
preparation.
I will not be downloading Uplay anytime soon,
Yeah.
and no game that requires it will ever be installed on this computer. So
Well, I'm playing it on PlayStation
Maybe
4.
I was gonna
so-
say I do have an Xbox One floating around here somewhere that I could play it on.
There you go.
But anyway, that'd be a good game to have like Vive support for, actually.
Yeah.
I need some basics to put on the back of my proxies.
I'll go grab some.
And did you need another Death Ray Shaman? You didn't
No,
actually
he's
answer.
got one.
Okay, you got one.
He's got one. We're good. Thank you, though.
Sure. One of the few cards I actually have I could help you with. So convincing. All right.
I haven't played this match since Recruiter of the Guard.
Been here for
I
my.
feel like it's gonna help.
Probably help.
Oh, that's that white thing that got printed. The white recruiter.
Imperial
in it.
Recruiter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you'd be upset if I chose anything but islands.
Okay, my half hour here is up. So yeah, you guys are good.
All right, thanks,
Yeah,
man.
thank you, sir.
Appreciate it as always.
Oh, I didn't set the lights up. Oh well.
That'll be all right.
I don't have like. Okay, so the thing with this was apparently
It still looks pretty good.
lapel mics aren't considered for professional use, so they're not self-powered.
Ah,
And this is like this thing's actually set up for like professional mics, which
Right,
are
right.
self-powered. So these don't supply any power.
okay.
So that's why they weren't working.
So that was the issue. So now I know that, and I actually have in my car another set of 4 really nice lapel mics that I had already ordered when I ordered this in that came in from Japan. So I'll just like send those back and get a like a proper podcasting powered mic. We'll make it work. So I was actually building like a rig for you guys because I'm getting hand cams too. But once I realized the mics were wrong and I was going to have to set the mics into the rig too, I'm going to have to restart some work on that.
But it doesn't do anything. No, it does nothing.
Some things sometimes.
Oh, and I fixed the thing in the corner too. It's a much cooler effect and the bouncing isn't as distracting.
Yeah, no, it's
Like,
very slow.
The movement is very subdued and like the lightning bolts aren't that stupid effect that Mike made. I made a much more subtle, much less obnoxious and distracting. It just looks more professional than it did.
Excellent.
And eventually I will fix this too.
What's off about it?
Because he actually, like, that is part of the overall.
Oh,
design
so you can't
of the
change
standard
it.
thing, so I can't change it. So I'll fix that too another time. I just don't have much time for
I think it looks
right
pretty
now.
good.
You didn't proxy up?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't
in a little
know
bit of
that
time I
does
have to
not
work
play days.
on the stuff you
I
guys
know,
are
so
getting
that-
All right.
So what'd you put in the set?
Thutsies.
Are those on the side or something?
Yeah, I'll go get the door.
I don't think he. I think he was playing a couple on this side.
Why don't you just take out Baleful Tricks, put in upside down dazes, and every time you play a daze, put the Baleful Tricks on top of it.
Oh, I forgot to bring my Belfast.
Yeah.
Well, you said you proxied him up.
No, you said you had them. I proxied up the things you didn't have.
Ah.
Baleful Tricks is what, uncommon?
No, it was a rare, I thought. It might have been an uncommon in
See if,
the original Commander.
should run out and see if Dan has any.
Okay.
Let us borrow them. He probably does. Oh, they're uncommon in Commander? He might. Surprises me that Thoughtseize isn't in the main though. Thoughtseize into him, it just seems so. You guys find your third? Or Chase bailed on you?
Yeah. I think he said he was talking to Shuffleberg. I haven't actually talked to him.
Yeah. It was an uncommon in the original Commander set it appeared. Actually,
It has
the two.
uncommon.
But then it was a rare in Eternal Masters.
I didn't know how many he needed, so I grabbed 4.
Dan had him.
Yeah. He actually has like 8.
I was
9.
gonna say he's probably got a shit ton. If it's commander, probably.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's introduce ourselves. This is Matt Ripper. Going to do a little commentary on this Legacy match. We'll see if I add actually any real content, but if nothing else, I'll make a few people chuckle once in a while.
I'm Brad Brown, typical modern player. Do play Legacy, Death in Texas. Yeah.
Evan Kincaid. Gonna see if we do better against Death and Taxes with
Shardless
Bug instead of Miracles.
It's definitely a better matchup.
The Miracles tried to lock you out, but the Aether Vials and
Aether
Flash
Vial,
Creatures
Mom,
were not too good.
equipment.
So we'll see if we can grind them out instead.
This matchup's gonna come down to speed. If I can get out early enough, bit of play helps.
And whether you have Mirror Crusader.
Yeah, I mean that.
Oh wait, is that what did I not put that in here?
Now, I gotta admit, I have not played the matchup since the introduction of Recruiter of the Guard, so that might kind of move things in our favor a bit.
Yeah, that just seemed powerful when we tried it last week.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely right for the deck. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know how it affected some of the matchups that I haven't played. This is definitely a matchup where I could definitely see it generating a ton of value.
True. Well, I mean, you're against a deck that's trying to value out on resources.
Yep.
So anything to draw more cards and draw more threats.
I can keep. Yep. Violent one. Go.
Eben about to have the most satisfying play you can have in Magic, a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. Now, Deathrite Shaman not completely at its best in the Death and Taxes. It does accelerate Eben. And it can provide some closing speed or let him survive with getting some life. But since Brad's not going to be putting a lot of instants and sorceries in the graveyard, it's not going to have as much food as normally thought. Eben gains 1 off the Swords to Plowshares. He's facing a double Aether Vial hand, which, not the scariest. Much more worried if Brad had dropped another thing than a second Aether Vial. Yeah.
These ponders are supposed to be visions.
Okay.
I forgot the visions. I thought I put them in there. I don't know
I say those I know for sure you want.
why. Yeah, visions.
With Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf
Mom?
currently a 2/3. Do we have a Tarmogoyf dice? Yes, we do have a Tarmogoyf dice. We are professionals.
Oh.
Now, this is the new white Recruiter of the Guard. A take on the old red Imperial Recruiter. And Eben, if you could read the text of that card just for our viewing audience. Most people won't be familiar with it. When Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less, reveal it, and then put it into your hand. Shelf your library.
I wonder if it's supposed to wait a turn. Oh, no. Alright, I'm gonna get another Recruiter of the Guard, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. As soon as I find it.
Brad looking to chain the Recruiters of the Guard. Likely, very tempting to go Mirror Crusader there, but he's going for another play.
kept this in hand to protect us a little bit from Liliana. And we played Recruiter of the Guard to also protect us against Liliana. Yep.
Well,
Going up. Sure.
Evan trying to make a choice here. With 2 Aether Vials on the field, it should be a fairly easy decision. And it was getting rid of the Force of Will. It just doesn't have a lot of value right now. Brad leaving his vials on 1 and 2.
Oh no, I want this at 3.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So he does tick them both up. Finally getting the Mirror Crusader, the card that has protection from the entire Sharpless deck. You may ask, well, it doesn't have protection from blue. Well, they don't really run Vapor Snag, so
Go ahead.
Vial gives it protection from all of the counterspells. Brad, of course, waiting until the end step to Vial in the... Then we're going to brainstorm on his main phase. At this point, he's got to have a plan for the Mirror Crusader. Brad's insulated himself from the -2 fairly well with 3 creatures. One Recruiter goes to the graveyard.
Activate.
Mirror Crusader goes in. Now, without an equipment, the Crusader's a fast clock, but Evan does have a few turns to try to find a potential answer. Unfortunately, it completely bricks the 3/4 Goyf.
Pass the turn.
The beauty of not having to make a decision whether to shock on instep or not. That's what the price of playing dual lands. Showing a little more strength there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. I think you want to go into the turn with the most information possible.
Okay. 3 black, 3 blue, 2 green. So I'll take out. Oh, you know what's better? Actually, buy you so that you can't him and do something.
I think we're past the point where him
Yeah,
is
I mean,
big
if he
part of the
draws
game.
it, like he might play it.
That is
So-
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He big.
Is it an instant? No sorcery.
I have no sorceries. Instant creature, artifact over here. Land. No sorcery. Should be 5.
So a 5/6 Goyf. A Lily the minuses. these triggers still in stack. And no harm with sending into the Goyf. It's
Block.
not going to be able to block.
Hurt itself. Trigger.
I guess I shouldn't swing just so
Okay.
you have to swing at it. Billy with mirroring.
I could
Still
just
1/1.
pro, but it's fine. I mean, you're right. It's better. Anyway, I'm gonna get Stoneforge Mystic, and I'm still in answer, and I'm gonna put that into play and get Batterskull. No. Let me get sort of fireness. No, I'm gonna get Sophie. Sorry.
With a Mirror Crusader and the double strike on the field, Umezawa's Jete is probably the best card you can get at this point.
No, I think it's sword, because with the double strike I get 2 triggers and I get to kill the lily. And Jit's not killing hardly any of his creatures at the moment. Okay, done time. Combat attack you for 4 on the first strike damage. Trigger, I'll draw a card, deal 2 to Lily. And you take 4 more. And then I'll do 2 more to you and draw another card. Sweet land for sure.
9. Brad's still at 20.
Feel like I cannot lose. Go.
No, I mean, it's a Mirror Crusader with pre-board Mirror Crusader. You can't really lose.
And I drew 2 amazing cards.
Yes. Well, drawing the second Imperial Recruiter. Evan had a slight window there.
I lost because I didn't force the first recruiter. I should have just forced the first recruiter.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Sure.
There's no way you can actually win if you play the Goyf. He has 8 unblockable with the Mirror Crusader.
No, the Sophie isn't. He took
Ah.
down
It's
Sophie.
forward though. He might have another equipment.
Yeah.
Not in my hand. I'm gonna respond to this on the stack though. And I'm gonna do this too.
Two,
I'm gonna get Jit.
4. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Recruiter definitely did work there. Feels so bad to force a 1/1. You're just like,
Yeah, but it's just so much fun.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, it's not a 1/1. It's
I
a
opened
tutor.
myself up to allowing you to force it too. It's probably greedy on my part.
Yeah, when you had both files out there.
Well, I did that turn because if I went and got another, if it resolved and I got another recruiter, the next turn I can recruiter, get Thalia and play Thalia, or Stoneforge and play Stoneforge, which is, or Mirror Crusader and Mirror Crusader. Like I needed my vials on 3 and 2, and I was trying to like
insulate myself against discard. But since he didn't discard
Game 1 in this matchup was just rough for the bug deck because you have so much protection from their removal spells. And you're insulated against Liliana's minus by just all the random damage you have.
Yeah, I mean, Recruiter was definitely a huge upgrade for this. Being able to go get your Mirror Crusader in this matchup. Which is 9 times out of 10 what's going to win you the game.
You can keep this.
Scry.
Oh, turn my these vial. Evan, just trying to thin lands out of his deck at this point. You get Underground Sea. He wants to get the Underground Sea because double black is fairly important in the deck. Liliana, him to Turok. You know, the tropical island is kind of one of the last things.
Let's go should be better. Go. Upkeep, take a pain. Tap.
Also, with the Roshan poured out, of course, you're going to need multiples. Yeah. Of each. Evan's got a decision point here. Can go a couple of different ways. You know, for a deck that only plays white creatures, you know, it is susceptible to Wasteland Strangling. And now Evan gets to, you know, possibly do one of the most enjoyable plays someone can in a game of Magic. If he chooses to take it.
Reroll 6. 1/5.
And he chooses to take it. Some people thought I might send him to Turok. No, it's destroy your opponent's last land. And it paid off as Brad drew a Plains. Baleful Strips to get the creature party rolling.
Go.
Brad. Ripping the lands off the top. Another decision point. Tax it for 1, down 18.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Go.
True name Nemesis. Naming Matt Carpenter, I assume, right? Clear Clock, this, is a little out of control. Fun interactive games of Magic where each of them won by playing a creature the other person couldn't target or do anything to.
Yeah, I kept the 6, and like I knew I was weak to Abrupt Decay, but like you keep that 6.
Oh,
you can't
no,
go to
I think you
5.
have to. You had to. Did you have 2 lands in your opening hand?
No, but I scryed a land.
Ah,
Sideboard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Scryed one. No, you easily keep that. I mean, he had to be on not only double, he had to be on double Wasteland plus,
Yeah.
Colored Mana. Yes, you put that in. Citing those games, Evan's, of course, going to bring in his Toxic Deluges. Sweepers are just generally pretty good against the white weenie-ish decks. Well, as white weenie as Legacy can get. But also, it's his mostly one out, besides a clean board in Liliana, to a resolved Mirror Crusader.
Card is hard to beat.
Now, as for what Evan's going to take out, I'd have to say I'd consider Force of Will right off the bat. As, Aether Vial, a turn 1 Aether Vial makes it feel a little silly in the hand. Those are Delvers. Okay, we'll just remember where they are. Because I don't want to have to go search out more. Question is, what is Brad bringing in?
On my end, it's pretty standard. You bring in a Path to Exile because Goyf's one of the things that's going to kill you.
Yep.
You bring in Council Judgments to deal with Liliana, and then you bring in 2 Gideons to protect yourself against Toxic Deluge.
Yeah.
You board out a land because the games go a little bit longer, and then just the basic planes. And then you board out the Sarah Avengers because they just get blocked by Baleful Strixus.
And die to a decay, correct?
Yeah, I mean, all your stuff dies with Abrupt Decay. And then you board out Mangara because it's too slow and too easy to stop like any type of combo you can do with that.
Yeah.
And then I board out Jit because that's the one that's like iffy. But I think on average, Batterskull and Sophie are better. Jit's okay, and then I can take out like Deathrights and Baleful Strixes, but you're
Deathrite, Baleful Strix, Vendilion Clicks.
Yeah, but you're winning the game via Mirror Crusader anyway, and it just doesn't care
That's
about
fair.
those cards.
What we didn't see from Evan's Shardless deck was the actual Shardless. He's playing a pretty fair, bug control game, both games 1 and game 2. He just never had a chance to get ahead on resources, except when Brad had mana issues with the Wasteland game 2.
I thought I could draw a lot of it. Like I had Mirror Crusader in hand, I had Sophie in hand.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I just needed to rip lands at that
Oh
point.
no, it's and he did eventually rip lands. It's just going.
A lot of Legacy is mana screwing your opponent.
Yes.
with Wastelands.
Yeah, I had hoped that the port would buy me enough time to.
Now, to be fair, sometimes you manage to screw your opponent, they still win. I've won several matches of Legacy with Delver where my opponent has wastelanded every land I've had, and I've won with just the
win.
creatures on the field. Well, it's amazing what'll happen when you have counterspells that are free. I think it's a snap keep on Eben's side from what I see. Brad,
It's not
what
sh-
say you?
It's not strong on my side, but it is keepable.
Okay.
You're on the play. Given
Yep. You're alternating. So.
Oh no, yeah,
I was going to play that.
yeah. So it is me.
No, no, you were. No,
No.
Brad. Oh, that's right. The Pluto Delta. That's correct. Okay, Mom not as going to play. As Aether Vial turn 1.
Yep.
And she does get to live. But the death rate does not. It has to retire to the farm.
One, yeah. Go ahead.
We'll play the song again. If this death rate lives, his mana issues aren't too bad. There's multiple lands in the graveyard. There's a second source of plowshares.
Go ahead.
And we an Aether Vial. Turn 3, not as good. Evan here has another land, can land a Goyf.
Yep.
We've got land, instant, so it's a 2/3. Caracas on Brad's side. Three cards in hand. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, all of Evan's instants and sorcerers. Will cost one more. Evan lends a second Goyf. Now Brad already using up 2 of his swords. The Goyfs will play and dominate the board, although Mom is holding them off quite nicely. The question is, will Brad draw some action before Evan draws more lands?
I'm gonna pass the turn, and you will tap the green.
Okay, just Wasteland left up for Evan. No blue source, but another black and green. Now this attack feels a little risky because of the vial on 2.
It doesn't have anything that has, like... I guess there's a 3/3, isn't there?
Yes, there's the Sarah Avengers. Now we know Brad from just the conversation here is boarding them out. In a real match, the 3/3s would just eat a Goyf. Consider for 1 mana, so I'm feeling that kind of indicates another swords could be in the hand.
Go ahead. Upkeep, tap 1.
So there's lands and instants.
Yep.
Well, leaves it on 2.
Go.
Plays another Caracas. Oof!
Get out of here.
Upkeep, tap the blue source.
In response, Evan's going to Abrupt Decay the Aether Vial. It'll have the added benefit of not only taking a potential combat trick away, but raising the Goyfs to a 3/4. Not much that doesn't say swing with everything. Even a double block here with Mom giving protection to the Thalia would not trade for either of the Goyfs, and the Baleful Strix is flying and not doing a lot of blocking right now.
Block. Programming.
And we finally see the Path to Exile. Now, Path to Exile, strictly
Think I
better.
have any?
Strictly better in this matchup because Bug does not play basics.
I take one.
But Evan does get a free shuffle out of it.
Two.
Serves in. Goes to 19. Phyrexian Revoker.
I'll name Liliana.
Good choice, really. Only Death Ray
pass the
Shaman
turn.
and or
And I'll
Liliana
pass
as the
those
choices.
You can get it from green too.
Yeah. The Mom left up the Abrupt Decay looks a little weak. Now that was a good rip. It's another Underground Sea. Now I do have to ask myself why he chose to fetch there. Yeah, given the fact that Brad is playing Wasteland, having the extra protection with the fetch land unfetched.
Go.
It's not really much protection. It's just gonna take a land. Doesn't matter. They're all the same. Okay. Upkeep.
Attack with Undergrounds.
Brad with 2 cards in hand, Evan with 4. Let's just Vending click.
Dirty you.
So Gideon or Swords to Plowshares? Now Likely Brad sat with the Gideon in hand for quite a while, looking for that. Oh,
I
just drew it. I was going to say, waiting for that 5th mana to play it through the Thalia.
I probably would have Caracas my Thalia last turn at the end step in order to play Gideon.
Good point.
Yeah, I'll take the Gideon.
Yeah. I mean, Evan might have been able to work through it, but it's the much more threatening card in this position. A scintillating battle here of 1 damage at a time. Evan will gain 3 life. Trying to keep Evan off double blue. And we have an attack for 4.
Pass the turn. Underground Sea.
Brad's mana denial strategy has slowed Evan down quite a bit. Swing for 4.
Okay.
Brad down to 13. Another attack for 4, 13 all.
Pass turn. Tap Underground Sea. Did you had it or did you draw it?
He just drew
it.
it.
God damn
He
it.
just drew it.
Like I didn't do it last turn because if he had a land or if he was like holding a land for a Lily, but he didn't play a land, so like he was either out playing or like out thinking on the same lines or.
Well, he still can't play the Vendilion Click immediately.
Right,
You have to wait
I-
a turn. Lily, you've got the Revoker already taking care of that. Now, this is a gamble because whatever spell he cascades into, he can't cast through the Thalia.
You can't cast.
Oh, that's true.
You cast it without paying its mana cost, but it costs 1
I
more.
got 2/2 though.
Well, you can't even cast it. So, what do you do if you can't?
Oh,
Cast
I said I didn't have 2/2. Oh, I guess it goes on the bottom.
it? Yep. All right.
Because that's how it works. Even if you cast it without paying its mana cost, you still have to pay the tax of 1, correct? Just like Force of Will.
Yeah. Hmm.
Did you attack with Baleful Strix?
He did.
Yeah.
Really tough. Not sure what my play is supposed to
Now, unlike the first 2 games, which kind of ended with the protection creatures, this one has been close, interactive.
Definitely attacking for 2.
Evan down to 10. Stoneforge Mystic, fetching for Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah. I'm mostly doing this because this shuffles my Gideon. Like, if like he just clicks me, then the Stoneforge goes to the bottom. Like he's taking Stoneforge, I'm almost certain. This at least allows my Gideon to get shuffled in. It's not obviously great, and my play was not rewarded earlier. But alright, you get a turn with all your mana. I'm not happy about it.
And we have an Aether Vial.
Go ahead.
Difficult decision on Evan's part. Now, there's a safe play and there's a risky play, but it can be very much rewarded for the risky play. You can't pass. I'll Mystic in response. Yeah. If your plan is to click, you gotta click now.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I made this play. The other nice thing is that he can't really attack in with Shardless because if I give this pro blue, then it forces him to use a spell that's not click.
No, I don't care if you. Yeah, I don't care if you.
Okay. Draw step? No responses? Okay.
Okay, second shot port.
In my main phase. Tap test. Sorry, combat. I assume. Ooh. No, yeah, that doesn't work. Go. Seemed odd. Didn't do anything.
I mean, I have.
Like if you did, like I just
If
you
I do
passed and
anything, I
didn't do
lose.
anything. So okay.
If I do anything, I lose.
Well, you're gonna lose because I'm gonna beat you for 2 every turn.
Well, I'm hoping to draw things.
All right, fair.
Yeah, I guess I'm not seeing how playing the click, taking the sword, and putting it on the bottom. Yeah,
I mean, I thought
is
for
an
sure that
inferior
was
play
gonna
to
lie.
just simply doing nothing.
Like, was your thought that I activate and then you click in response?
No, I was just gonna
Okay.
abrupt, but
Oh, sure. But I mean, that doesn't work either because then I can just mom the target.
you can't mom a sword.
Oh, you're yeah.
Yeah,
sure,
he's gonna
sure,
kill the
sure,
sword.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like the second Rashad and Port made everything very awkward. How was my black-green deck just stone dead to pro blue? Just stone cold. Can't be pro blue. Ugh.
Well, no, I mean, attack you with the Baleful Strix last turn, because what you could have threatened would be he let you go to blockers without giving him protection from anything, and so then you double block, that's going to trade with Athalia. If he tries to give a protection from anything, you just abrupt decay in response.
Yeah.
So attacking with the Strix for
But
one.
then I lose the sword, because I can't abrupt decay the sword now.
Well, I mean, this plan would be Vendilion clicking before that to get rid of the sword. And then the next turn when he attacks, that you let yourself go to 8, and then when you pass the turn, let him do that.
I mean, you can do it all. Well, can you do all that now? No,
No.
because I have mana now.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta play like I would do it. So. Heck. Oh no, I know you have click.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry.
No, you tapped out one of his lands on your end step.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I can't do that either. Because if I do, he clicks in response, and now I can't put it in effect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I don't run an impasse because I can't attack because I'm not using my mom. So go. And then in your upkeep, I'll tap another currency.
Yeah, I don't think I can beat the second Port.
I mean, I don't even get to use it yet. I need to run another land.
No, you can use it right now. 'Cause
Right.
I can't click.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, the Goyf is nice. He's now diversified his colors, so he has, a green blocker and then a black-blue blocker. Charlotte's Angels aren't doing much, but yeah, holding back the Strix is probably the more cautious play at this point.
Put this here.
Yeah. They have land instant.
And then we've got
Oh,
artifact,
artifact,
instant.
Instant, yeah. 3/4 still? So we can't even block. Great.
Nope.
Alright.
Four.
Take
Well, then he gets
4.
to direct the 2.
I'm at 11. Let's kill. It's not worth 2ing you. Yeah, it's worth 2ing you. I'll 2 you.
Because now the Thalia and the Phyrexian Revoker are both lethal.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of lethal lines now. Go ahead. Upkeep. I'll tap on currency.
You gotta pay one more. Oh yeah, you're doing it.
Response.
And the Flicker Wisp. We'll just about do it.
Yeah, I needed the Violin 3.
No, Brad managed to come back in a game that was looking a little bad for him.
Yeah, my hand was too reactive at the start of the game.
And you had a lot of threats.
You went right into Goey.
Yeah. Well, your mana denial strategy was working nicely. The Source of Plowshare is in the wasteland to take care of the initial Underground Sea and the first Death Right. We're keen kind of choking on mana. The second Rashad Port was very good. What Evan really needed to draw into was just a single Toxic Deluge. Kind of
How
turns the
many are
game around. I think there are 2 in the deck now. That's what I was saying when I was talking about the risky play. The safe play would have been to Vindic, like get the sword out of his hand while he's tapped out. The riskier play is you had 2 blue and you had 2 black. You had 2 Bayou and 2 Underground Sea, and you had Ponders. Is the risky play would to see
The Ponders are Cerebral.
Oh,
That's right.
Ancestrals.
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 Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Do you have to pay Thalia's tax
Yes.
when you suspend it?
No.
When it comes off.
When it comes off, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the 2 dead cards in my hand were kind of.
Okay. I'm like, why? I mean, I would have pondered that, but that explains it. They're if they're ancestral visions, no. Yeah.
Well, that's odd then. Why? Like there was a turn you could have just suspended one, like when you had 2 blue and I ported 1 blue.
Yeah, but he was holding up
Then I
abrupt
didn't
decay.
have.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm not even sure I had them then.
Okay. I don't know.
Uh,
I'm on the draw. Play.
Uh,
Okay.
Evan's on the play. He's got an interesting keep.
huh.
Well, the hand is very good, but it's a little mana light.
Do you keep this? I mean, you just lose to Wasteland.
If you lose the Wasteland, you probably lose the port too, right? So, if you're
Not necessarily. I mean, since you can't port until his turn 3.
can port as early as turn 2.
Yeah, we'll try it.
I'm gonna keep mine too. Mine is it's a little weak, but it's one you would keep.
Yeah.
No play.
Nope. Dropping cards everywhere.
Go.
Rising Canopy.
I think we brainstorm now.
Yes.
I want to hit a 2. I want to play a 2.
Why are you getting a drop?
Because I want to brainstorm and play a Goyf. hopefully.
Okay. Well, it's because you cut out one of the other cards in your hand.
Him's not amazing on 2 though. Better on 3 and 4. Like
Yeah, but there's no guarantee getting to 3 mana.
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Just straight removal.
I do get to shuffle that,
You do.
which is nice.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
want that 3rd card.
Brad's got a few choices here. Going with the port, going down to 18.
Good.
Putting the in place.
I was supposed to board this card out, I think.
Evan down 17. Go to Plains. And the other Thalia.
Go.
It's going to replicate the original. Yeah, comes into play tapped. Not a huge issue. He's not blocking with the Deathrite Shaman. Swinging for 3. Evan down to 14. And he's going to waste the Bayou.
Oh, that's gonna be a good shovel. Both my guineas are at the bottom. Get Sophie. I'll pass turn.
How many cards?
3.
Yep. Evan's going to brainstorm on the end step. Doesn't mind what he sees.
Sure.
Okay, making a black for Thoughtseize. Taking a Sword of Fire and Ice, most likely. Or does he consider the Recruiter more valuable?
Yeah, sort of.
Takes his Roshan towards with all the wastelands that are in this game, the Deathrights have plenty of fuel. Evan down to 8.
Go.
With the Death Rights, Evan can play every card in his hand. Question is, which way does he want to go?
That is the question. This seems bad. Seems risky. Probably just be this.
Yeah. Gonna either Schadenport. He's gonna replicate the Thalia, massively cutting Brad's clock down. With a Vial on 1 and only 2 mana, not much Brad can do there. We may get that magical 1/2 attacking into a 1/2. That'd be awesome.
I'll get Thalia.
Which one?
The 2-drop. On Vial. Good.
Another fine. Ripped by Evan. With second Thalia off the board, comes into play untapped. It's an Underground Sea. Again, has several options for how he wants to go about this. With the advantage of it being a fetch land, giving more fuel to his Death Rights. No more lands, he has to go after his own. And we're going to spin the wheel.
Sure.
What shall the Shardless hit? Tarmogoyf.
Not bad.
We've got instant creature, land, artifact.
Sorcery.
Oh, and we do have sorcery.
Nice.
Red does move it up to 3. And again, the nice thing about that said, Deathrite Shaman, Evans at 7, but given a little room to breathe, he can get that right back up by eating the creatures in Brad's yard. Just going to wasteland the Underground Sea. More fuel for the Deathrights. And go down to 14. Flicker Wisp.
Pass the turn. Trigger.
And we see the dreaded Mirrored
Oh,
Crusader.
Still with you. Tapped him out. Toxic Deluge is all creatures?
Yep. 3 mana. Lose
No,
X
you're
life.
fine.
Pay X life. Creatures get -X/-X. Not the time to draw that card.
You're just dead, right? Yeah, no flying, can't block this.
Yep. Throwing the null rod at that juncture was a little brutal.
Engine to miss land one turn. One turn.
Yeah.
The flicker wisp to redo the
Recruiter.
recruiter was key.
Yep.
But again, I mean, when these games are coming down to it, it's just you need the sweeper.
Yeah, those would be cool, draw. I'd also like to Ancestral Visions at some point.
Another card we may want to consider for the shard of the sideboard, I've always been a fan of in Legacy, is called Guardian. -1/-1 to all creatures. Kills virtually nothing of yours except for Vendilion Click. But can get rid of pesky, hard to deal with creatures like Mom, Phyrexian Revoker. Not to mention destroying an enchantment. Not the best for this matchup, but good in others. Or regenerating your team.
As much as I like 3-mana Thalia, and it felt okay, I think I'd rather have a Saramandry.
She was a decent clock, but yeah, didn't really do
Saramandry's
much.
the same clock.
Well, no, not arguing that it's a better clock. It's that she was decent, but
She
yeah.
can be really good alongside Mana Denial, but
Like having the the creatures come to play tapped didn't really do anything.
you weren't blocking anyway. That.
Okay, 5th game. Brad's leading 3-1.
So I'm back on the play. I'm gonna mulligan this 3 swords 2 vial hand.
You can keep.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if Fatal Push.
Out of the side? Definitely not in the main.
There were a couple in this side.
Yeah, no, it's out of the side, but just the 1 mana less, especially with Thalia's taxing effects.
Seems like a good answer to Thalia in my opinion. 2 mana
Yeah.
for 2 mana.
So doesn't answer Mirrors. No.
No, that's what the Toxic Delugers are for. But it also answers a turn 1 Mom. Yeah, and in the mirror, a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. Because largely the mirror comes down to Deathrite Shaman.
Alright, Scry.
Brad struggling with this scry. Not too shabby.
I feel that it will die.
That's fine. That's why he's called Death. Deathrite Shaman is the card I'm most proud of calling. Yeah. When it was first spoiled, I'm like, no, that card's going to be good. No one believed me.
Yep.
Well, no one around here. I'm sure there are people who saw how good that card was from the initial.
Good.
How many Krakus does that list run?
4.
It runs 4?
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
It's got to be show and tell somehow.
Yeah.
Or Reanimator, or...
Or protect your own Thalia,
Yeah.
or protect your own Brahmans. I mean, it's very good in this list.
It's been very good.
Does Gideon become a legendary creature when he activates?
I don't
think so.
Okay.
That's not how any of this works.
Float away. Good.
I'm just gonna be honest. Those would be so much better as ponders.
I don't know. That makes Ponder look pretty bad too.
And the lily here is pretty good.
More likely to need actions.
Yeah, I was gonna say the drops the better.
Yeah.
I think it's. Yeah.
Probably these, actually.
Yep.
Well, no, I gotta draw it anyway.
Yeah. That. And then that.
Mm. Yes.
Draw 3.
Yeah.
How many cards do you have?
2.
Plus plenty of things to throw away.
Two, he's gonna take a little pain here, but he's got
Alright,
plenty of
attack
left to work
Lily.
with.
2 here, draw a card.
Is it? No, it's only when it deals damage to a player.
Oh yeah, you're right. In that case, 3 to you, and kill Lily. Keep Charles. I'll draw a card. Good.
I think we spin the wheel. No, no. Don't. Yeah, tap the drop.
No. I'm gonna tell the truth. Or should it was it?
Yeah. Oh, gets the second Gideon.
Yeah, I just had.
Well,
like-
when you toss the first Gideon.
Yeah, I played Thalia and then immediately drew two Gideons with 3 lands on the field. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm never casting these. Basketball, like one of the best cards in the matchup. Yep.
So we've got Planeswalker, land, artifact. No, wait. No, Planeswalker, land, creature. Sorcery.
It's 12.
Yep.
Creature.
So 5/6.
Was there an artifact?
There's not an artifact.
Pro green. 3 to you.
I have another 13.
I use that 9.
Oh, that's right. We changed it last time.
7, 4, 2.
Okay, take some of the Shardless Agents. Schadenport with Evan with 5 lands, not going to do as much. And a Sarah Venture.
Pass the turn. Let's see. Get the fire.
Okay, cutting him off from one of his green sources. Evan playing the Null Rod there, so the sword can't be equipped to the flyer. Now Brad has to choose if he wants to, try to get through with the sword again. Yep, that's why I played it. Artifacts do nothing.
Except still pump his creatures, give them protection, draw him cards, and deal damage. Other than that.
But the
artifact
creature
will do
deals
nothing.
damage, the sword doesn't.
No, the sword also deals damage.
Only when it deals damage to a player.
Okay. Attack with just Sarah.
Black with stripes, give it protection from blue.
4 blocks or after blocks?
Afterlocks. Yeah.
Okay, the Strix is dead.
Go.
Now, with Brad at 11, the Goyf's double attack would be attacking for lethal.
Lock one with mom. Burglary.
Take 6.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. 4 damage. Activate secret.
Okay.
Go to 5 right after the 11. Yeah.
Question. Maelstrom Pulse. If he targets the mom that doesn't have pro green, does the other mom die?
Yeah.
Gets all other permanents. Yeah,
I
guess
think you go.
should.
You go after the moms because the sword, once it's
That's
detached,
right.
is not going to do anything.
I knew the one had program, but the other
Yeah.
one doesn't.
But that was my question. It's the same thing. Like you can still target it.
The right wreckage.
Yeah, want to take the rage out is potential It's going to be pretty tough here for Brad to come back.
Yeah, the pulse. Just won this game. Later, recruiter the guard off of the Seagate wreckage.
Yep, that's what Gove does.
Yeah, just too many turns not doing anything with those getting stuck in my hand. I'm gonna concede.
Nice play. I didn't see the null road turn coming. I would have missed it. So that was a nice touch.
That I had to play it or die?
Yes.
I have to basically get on this turn.
Okay.
What happened? It's,
Huh?
I thought you said you were going to say.
No, I am.
Well-
I'm still thinking through my lines.
Yeah.
What was it? 3-2?
3-2.
Yeah.
3-2 to the 3-2 to death and taxes. The matchup feels relatively close with probably the definitely I think the edge goes to death and taxes now with recruiter because
I
it
would-
can just outgrind.
I would bring these in next time. I didn't bring them
No,
in.
the can't.
Yeah.
I would just name 2.
Is it everybody can't play or just
Yeah, but I don't have any 2s.
Yeah.
I have Jit. What did I board out?
that?
What non-creature?
Non-creature.
Yeah, hits
Yeah.
abrupt
Yeah.
decay. It's Nora. And then you can't cascade.
It was an interesting.
I don't know that the shardless package really feels worth it. Maybe this is the matchup for it. In that, I think maybe you play Shardless Agent. I just don't know that you were setting up Ancestral Recall as often.
The versions I've played against are way different. Like they have Cabal Therapy and Hymn to Turox.
Yeah.
Like, are you running?
I had hands.
Yeah, but you didn't have Cabals.
I don't know. I took a list that did well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even sure they had.
If I was going to play a Sultai list, I'd be playing Reed Duke's Sultai True Name Nemesis deck.
Yeah. Yeah, landing True Name against, I mean, I don't know that Brad has many outs.
I mean, against
Council's Judgment.
Yeah.
creature decks, yeah. I mean, not nearly as good against like
What?
Well, yeah.
Good against
unfair
everything.
decks. Storm.
Yeah, but like you get to run Force of Will in like Reed's deck. You have
Also,
Days in the deck.
Here's
like,
the thing: True Name Nemesis is a threat that you can pitch to Force of Will in those
Yeah,
matchups.
exactly.
Yeah. I wanted to see how the Shardless.
Yeah,
So, what do you think?
It wasn't super great,
it's like
and it's a lot of randomness.
it's a tier 1. I mean, there's enough tier 1 decks, but it's not like an amazing.
I didn't even get to play this guy.
Oh, Leopold, yeah. He's pretty medium in this matchup.
Yeah, Brad's not really drawn that
I
many
didn't get to
cards.
play that card.
Yeah, the Toxic Deluges. They were okay.
good.
So, final thoughts, guys?
Death and Taxes is still Death and Taxes things. If I thought there was a Shardless metagame, like Shardless really isn't in the metagame that much.
Yeah.
I would definitely bring a little bit of different board, I think. I don't know. I still don't know if I should board out Jit, but it feels right to board out Jit. I definitely would run the Sanctum Prelates if we were to play again. I think they're just better than the Sarah Avenger I brought back in. As I expected when I did play Sarah Avenger, it was very medium because he has Baleful Strix. It just lines up so poor against it. So I would, I'd probably change that board plan. The rest of my board is like, Cataclysms for like lands. So there's a couple flex spots based on what you think the meta is going to be that you can change around to make your Shardless matchup a little bit better.
Okay.
But yeah, Death and Tax is still a good deck. I think Recruit of the Guard's amazing. just
Yeah.
made the deck insane.
It's been very good, especially with Liquor Wisp.
Yeah, you used to have to like hope to draw your key cards, and now you can basically get anything out of your deck. It's insane. I will be playing Death in Texas forever. Probably.
It's a very you deck.
Aptly named.
Okay.
At least this matchup felt winnable, unlike Miracles, which
Yeah.
did not feel winnable.
And again, I mean, there were several instances in the post board games where a single deluge completely transforms the.
But I think I misplayed the first game. I think if I force that Recruiter, I'm at least in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're definitely not getting crushed.
And I do wonder if you'd clicked and taken the sword. Was that game 2 or 3?
It's 3, and
3.
I definitely think doing nothing, which is what ended up happening, was wrong.
Yeah.
So if your only line was to click, you should have clicked. I don't think it would have mattered just how my draws, my next few draws came,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Hope you had fun. And see you next week.